Today, I'm going to outline my case on why I believe rehab centers are not successful at tackling porn addiction. In fact, I'm willing to go as far and say rehab doesn't work for any addiction, but we'll focus on porn addiction today. Here are my 3 reasons why I believe rehab doesn't work. These reasons are based on pure fundamentals of existence that I've observed and experienced over the years. I'm not going to cite scientific studies because scientific studies are biased regarding this topic. Although I am projecting my own bias, a lot of scientific studies are funded by corporations trying to justify their products and services, so I'm not confident in the scientific community to stay objective when it comes to mental health. I could be wrong, but fuck it. So, let's begin. Here are my 3 reasons. Number 1, rehab promotes giving power to external circumstances. Our perception of reality and the power to change comes from within us, not from without. This concept is echoed in the Eastern religions and philosophies, and even the teachings of Hermeticism, all of which stress the mental nature of reality and our ability to shape our experiences. A prominent illustration of this principle at work can be found in the life of Viktor Frankl. Despite the unimaginable hardships he faced in concentration camps, Frankl's philosophy emphasized the power of the mind. He believed in an ideal state of mind despite his external circumstances, and relied on it to survive the brutality of a Nazi concentration camp. This is the power of imagination and visualization. By relying on rehab, individuals might inadvertently attribute their capacity for change to an external entity, and for the record, I'm not referring to God. Thus, this diminishes their sense of agency as a conscious being. Number 2, rehab institutionalizes you. Another issue with rehab is the phenomenon of institutionalization. Institutions, whether they be corporations, academic bodies, the military, or even prisons, tend to describe a framework to live one's life. Obviously, it's for the interests of the institution, not the individual. This suggestive framework dictates behavior, values, and routines. While this might aid some in breaking free from addiction temporarily, it's crucial to note that this change is catalyzed by the institution's power, not the individual's inner strength. Relying on too many external forces is contrary to the idea that true change is sparked from within. How can we shield ourselves from the external? Creating personal routines and habits tailored to individual needs is the key to overcoming porn addiction. Jocko Willink, a retired Navy SEAL officer, stresses the importance of simple, self-imposed routines like making one's bed every morning. Such acts, though they might seem trivial, are necessary keystone behaviors. They lay the foundation for discipline, responsibility, and self-worth. Unlike the routines pushed by rehab centers, these self-imposed habits empower individuals, granting them control and agency over their recovery. In my opinion, making your bed every morning and journaling is the bare minimum to start your journey towards an addiction-free life. I do this 90 to 95% of the time consistently. I'm not perfect, but I try, and that's okay. Number 3, rehab is just capitalism. Rehab is just more corporate mental health bullshit, exploiting our insecurities. While investing in one's well-being is crucial, it's important to question the ROI or return on investment. If rehab does not offer long-term solutions and instead temporarily shields individuals from the real world, is it genuinely worth the cost? No. No one should spend thousands of dollars for a glorified retreat to temporarily relieve themselves of addiction. It's the exact same reason why people travel to find themselves. It's a bullshit story they tell themselves as a form of negative escapism. Yes, rehab is escapism. If you can't change in your own room with your own honesty, you will never change. Remember, Frankl is one of the many gold standards of what the human mind is capable of. I'm not saying don't use therapists. Even I had a therapist, but they were more of a boxing coach. I still had to punch my way out. In the context of porn addiction, the real world is a place where digital devices are ubiquitous in our personal and professional lives. They are everywhere, and the temptations to laugh in your face. Swimsuit model posters, ads on social media, strip clubs, Temptations are always laughing at you. This is the Joker archetype, trying to make you play his game of control. However, true recovery lies in facing these temptations head on, laughing back at the bullshit, and building resilience and discipline. In a rehab center, this real-world experience is diluted in political correctness, perhaps leaving individuals ill-equipped to face reality. In conclusion, rehab centers do not bode well when it comes to addiction, as rehab fails in 3 fundamental areas as I outlined in my essay. Relying solely on external institutions might divert individuals from harnessing their inner gifts as conscious beings. True recovery and change, as many philosophies and successful individuals have demonstrated, resides and emanates from within. It requires personal discipline, tailored routines, and the courage to face real-world challenges. Rather than seeking refuge in rehab, perhaps it's time to explore alternatives, more empowering avenues for addressing porn addiction and perhaps all types of addiction. The true battle, the true catalyst of change is facing yourself in the mirror. If you want to pay thousands of dollars for a mirror, then be my guest. I can't help you. I certainly don't need to pay thousands of dollars to choose to be free. I choose to be free by facing myself, looking myself in the mirror. My greatest enemy and my greatest friend. The Joker to my Batman, or perhaps the other way around. Time will tell. Thank you for your time. I'm God's orphan. This is my real voice with a pitch shifter. I'm a man who overcame porn addiction by a deep exploration of my psyche. These are my ruminations, years in the making. I've delved into science, religion, spirituality, philosophy, psychology, mysticism, psychedelics, and other esoteric occult traditions as a means to transcend my addiction. I broke free, and now it's my turn to help you. Welcome to the Resistance. Join us by subscribing for more content on overcoming porn addiction. There's no shame in a good fight. I'm merely an ally, but you're the hero. Continue your struggle. Pain is freedom. Fight on. This is God's orphan, signing off.